FX1000. FX1800. X1900.
10, 1700.
You're done.
Welcome back, everybody. I know I haven't put a video out in a while. Been kind of busy. Doing a lot of remodeling on a house, and everything is a mess. And I got people in and out of here every other day, banging and sawing and making all kinds of noises. And every now and then they need to get down in here and do some work on my electrical box. So been kind of messing things up. But I did manage to find a 600-yard range. It was holding matches, and it's only about an hour and a half away from the house. So as you saw the little preview there, I kind of signed up and jumped in on some of that stuff. Actually did it twice, this month and the month before. The first time I went down there, I wasn't sure if I had everything I needed or if the gun was even legal to shoot in that class. It's F class open, so I think pretty much everything goes within a certain weight limit. But I just threw everything in the truck and drove on down there and tried to find out what all was going on with that. I ended up going back the following month with a little different setup. The first time I went down there, that gun was pretty much tuned up with that suppressor. So the load and everything I had set on there was, suppressed load. It's my varmint gun, basically. And no suppressors, no muzzle devices of any type. So I took it off and shot the best I could. It didn't do too bad. So now I've got to rework the load to accommodate just that barrel with nothing on the end of that barrel. The problem I had at that point was lack of powder. I was getting pretty darn low on the Hodgen 4350 that I was using. And things weren't looking too good, but all of a sudden I was able to stumble across some different powder. Vita Viore N550. Was able to get 4 pounds of it. I said, well, if it works, that's enough to get me through the rest of the year in these matches, because they have them about once a month. So off we went on that adventure, still using the same 105, still using the same Lapua brass, still using the same match primers, but I had to jump into a new load development, and I think I had about a week and a half before the match from the time I acquired that powder. So off we went on this new little adventure. Of course, the first thing we did was pull a ladder test. Let's see how it shoots. Going through the data, Vita Viore, suggested here to here. We started at 36.0 grains, and I worked my way up to 41.0 grains. and I believe Vitaviori listed 40.3 as max pressure, which we did get a little bit over that. The chart pretty much kind of ran off, took up. We went into got into just about 3,100 feet per second. Had a nice little plateau in there. Then it shot up again, but there was some nice looking little spots that looked pretty interesting. So I took the one that looked like the biggest node, jumped in. It was right under 3,100 feet per second, and I started testing into that. The numbers looked great pretty much right out of the box. I was getting some good standard deviations. I started in at 39, and I basically worked at 39.7 in that node, trying to figure out where was the sweet spot in there, and those were all 5-shot groups I was shooting. The first one was at standard deviation 8. The next one was standard deviation of 9. The next one was a standard deviation of 6. The next one was 4. The next one was 12. The next one was 6, 9, and then again 4. So I could see that we were kind of in that hunt for that. Pulled the one pretty much kind of out of the middle there, and went out and started shooting it. And that showed me some pretty good numbers, and it also showed me some pretty good groups. So off we went to the races. It's kind of important to keep your standard deviation, extreme spread numbers down if you can. At 600 yards, you're shooting at a pretty small target. This is actually that 600 yard F-match target. And you can see how big that is that we're shooting at. Out of 60 attempts, 21 times I missed my hand. So shrinking those numbers down as low as you can really kind of helps your vertical. Keeps you in there in what they call a water line, and then you just gotta play with the wind. But it's actually pretty fun to try to keep all those shots inside that target. You can see a bunch of the stuff I've got sitting over here. If you're attempting to try something like this, you're gonna need some stuff, and I've got more than I actually need. But you get down there, you've got to carry your stuff around, so it's kind of handy to get some kind of a device, a buggy, a wheelbarrow, a frickin' 4-wheel drive truck, whatever you need to carry your crap around. But this is some of the stuff that you're going to need. Of course, your ears, your eyes, a good clipboard. I'm using this Sinclair front rest. You're going to need a good rear bag. Of course, an ammo box to keep all your ammo in. A spotting scope to score for your opponent, because you're going to have to do some scoring. You're also going to have to get down in the pits and do some pulling. You start throwing in a gun case. You're also going to need a little chair. I just took a little fold-out chair that I could sit on, to look through my spotting scope and do my scoring for the other guy. And water, some drinks, so there's some stuff that you're going to need, but the nice thing about that is most of those gun clubs, if you're joining a competition, you don't need to be a member for the gun club as long as you're just down there to shoot that competition. So I can go down there all the time to shoot the competition at their gun club without becoming a member. That club in particular happens to have a lottery system to get to be a member in there, so it's kind of hard to actually get into that club. But it's nice that I can actually drive to these different places and shoot these matches, and have a good time and enjoy the competition. Before I end this video, I do want to show you a neat little goodie I picked up. This is from JP Enterprises. It is a little asset piece to slide on the bottom of your Arca rail. I've got this Arca rail attachment that I put on the on that Oryx Chassis, and it's about 2 inches wide. It's not quite wide enough. It's definitely not 3 inches wide like this thing is. And basically you can just slide that onto your rail in whatever position you need, and then tighten it down, and that gives you a nice flat base so you can run on your rest to help keep this gun from rocking and help keep it stable. Neat little goodie, nice low profile. I like the fact that I can kind of move it where I wanted it. Also, if some of you might have seen these little black things on the barrel and wondered what they are, that's actually Velcro. I've got a piece of Venetian blind from window shades that I've got Velcro on, and I can just simply stick it to the Velcro, and I have a Mirage shade. That one's a little narrow, but it works. It helps keep some of the heat from the barrel rising up in my optics, you know, while I'm trying to focus on that target 600 yards away. So I just wanted to kind of show you those. That's definitely kind of helpful. This little homemade bag rider that I put on here definitely helps do the trick too. So some of these little things that help you out sometimes, but I just wanted to show you that. That's pretty cool. If you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribers are always welcome. That helps my channel grow to get out to more people, so I can help produce more of these pictures. And as always, I'll catch you next time.